$115 million. That's the asking price of one home 25 minutes east of downtown Tampa, on a lake most locals can't even find on a map. It is the most expensive listing in Tampa Bay history, and it's the last stop in this episode. And the wild part, you, our viewers, built this episode. You left it in the comments of part 1 where the ultra rich lived. And we visited Davis Island, Avila, Belleair Shores, and you all had notes. Where's Harbour Island? What about Apollo Beach? So let's go visit them. So today, 4 more enclaves at part 1 tier, and a viewer even claimed we fact checked them on camera. He was more right than we expected. And that $115 million finale, and all these numbers have been verified this month. I'm Tamily Abdo, local real estate agent here in the Tampa Bay area. And first, Odessa, Northwest Tampa Bay. No gates on the main roads, no towers, no marinas. And hiding behind the oaks and private lakes are some of the quietest money in Florida. The headline out here right now is a 25-acre lakefront estate called Misión Lago, asking $23.6 million. It's 25,000 square feet, a private theater, and yes, a life-size replica of the White House Oval Office. That's not Miami pricing, that's Odessa. And around it, the Keystone area runs on acreage math. We're looking at lakefront properties at a medium price point of around $925,000, with gated estate tier climbing well into the multi-millions. And here's the part that surprises people. You're only 25 to 30 minutes from Tampa International and the West Shore Business District. Avila level pricing without Avila's gates. And who it fits: buyers who measure luxury in acres and silence. Horses, a private lake, and no visible neighbors. And keep Odessa's quiet money idea in your pocket, because the finale takes it to a level nobody saw coming. Quick thing before we keep moving. My team showed me the numbers this week and it surprised me. 97% of you watching aren't subscribed to the channel. And some of you have actually shared with us that YouTube automatically unsubscribes people randomly without asking. So I'm gonna ask you for one more favor. Take a look down at the button below and see if this video right now shows you as subscribe. If it does, then you're good, and I really appreciate it and thank you. If it says to subscribe, could you please tap it? The entire episode exists because subscribers left comments, and you're literally the writer's room. So, number 2 is the island you demanded to know by name, Harbour Island. Harbour Island. One of you asked, word for word, will you be mentioning Harbour Island? So yes, but let me be precise about where in Harbour Island, because this is where the data matters. The island runs in layers. There are condos here starting in the low 300s, and that is not what this episode is about. Cross into the gated, staffed residential section, the estate row, and it's a different world entirely. Deep water single family homes with private docks running from around $1.6 million to nearly $7 million. And what those numbers buy is something nothing else in this series offers. A gated island estate you can walk from, across one short bridge, and then you're in Water Street. The Michelin level restaurants, Benchmark International, and Riverwalk. Every other enclave in parts 1 and 2 trades privacy for proximity and proximity for privacy. Harbour Island's Estate Road is the only one that refuses the trade. And that's why it should have been in part 1 and why its viewers had to correct us. So consider it corrected. And if you want proof of where this downtown island corridor is headed, right on Riverwalk, the new Pendry Residences Penthouse is one on the market for $45.5 million. 10,000 square feet across 2 levels, hotel style amenities below. So 5 years ago, a $45 million downtown listen would have been a typo, and today it's actually a comp. We mentioned in part 1 Bayshore Boulevard. Corner lots command even more. You deserve the full story because Bayshore and the neighborhood tucked behind it might be the most concentrated stretch of wealth in Tampa. Bayshore Boulevard itself is 4.5 miles along the open bay and is claimed to be one of the world's largest continuous sidewalks, lined with historic mansions on one side and luxury towers on the other. Penthouse condos here reach past $8 million, but the real secret sits one block in. Golfview, a small enclave wrapped around the Palmasea golf course where the median sale over the past year was around $3 million and roughly 14% up from year over year. And the custom estates overlooking the fairways run 4 to 10 million. For context, that median puts Little Golfview in the same conversation as Harbour Isles from our Part 1 episode. Most Tampa transplants have never even heard of the name. So who fits here? Buyers who want part of one of Hyde Park's heritage and cold breath privacy in one address, with the bay run or the golf course as the daily backdrop. Number 4 crosses the bay. Bayway Isles, a 2,400 guarded island community of roughly 200 families at St. Petersburg's southern tip on Boca Ciega Bay. The current market, single-family homes here are listed from about 1.45 million to just under 8 million. We're looking at wide open water views, deep water docks, and a position that's hard to beat. Minutes to the Gulf beaches in one direction, straight onto the interstate towards downtown St. Pete and Tampa in the other. Part 1 gave us Snell Isle, the historic architectural St. Pete wealth. Bayway Isles is a modern counterpart. Less about 1920s pedigree, more about security, open water, and getting your boat to the Gulf in minutes. 2 different answers to the same St. Pete question. If you're enjoying this tour, tap subscribe real quick. It helps more people find these episodes. Okay, so before our finale, we owe one viewer an on-camera fact check. One of you made a bold claim on part 1 that Apollo Beach probably has more million-dollar homes than Davis Island. We said we'd look into it, and we did, and here's the honest answer. Because you come here for real data, not applause. On volume of waterfront homes, Apollo Beach genuinely competes. Mile after mile of canals with direct bay access and the gated Mirror Bay community running from around 500,000 to past 3 million. It's one of the best waterfront per dollar stories in the entire bay. But on tier, Davis Island's medium is around 1.8 million and Mirror Bay's is around 850. On the mediums, it's not close, but, and this is where our viewer is more right than the medium show, drive one street and you'll see it, Surfside Boulevard. It's quietly become Apollo Beach's Mansions Row. Open bay on one side, private piers reaching out into the water, and estimated home values stack one after another at $2, $3, $4, and $5 million. Crowned by an estate listed right now at around $17 million, 15,000 square feet on the open bay. And beyond that street, a $175 million luxury development has been announced for Apollo Beach. The ceiling is definitely rising, and the medium just hasn't caught up to it yet. So here's our call. Apollo Beach isn't Tampa Rich neighborhood today, but it might be the next one. And that's more interesting than rankings. Where does smart money buy waterfront before it becomes a part 1 neighborhood? If you want that episode, tell us in the comments. And to the viewers who made the claim, this is what we love. Challenge our list. Sometimes you can change the episode, and sometimes you get fact checked. Either way, everybody learns. Now, the finale I promised you. Number 5 is the one even locals don't know, and it's why we saved the east side for last. Stonelake Ranch, out in Thonotosassa. Yes, it's a mouthful. Thonotosassa. It's about 25 minutes from downtown, the polar opposite of everything else in this series, and as of this spring, home to the biggest number in Tampa Bay real estate history, because the most expensive home ever ever listed in Tampa. Just hit the market on this lake. They call it the Oaks. $115 million. 87 acres on Lake Thonotosassa, a 43,000 square foot French Normandy main house, a 24-car automotive museum, a bowling alley, a go-kart track, and here is my favorite detail. It's built with antique bricks salvaged from Ybor City. A $115 million estate wearing Tampa's own history. That one listing outprices anything ever offered on Davis Island, Avila, or Belleair Shore. Remember what I told you at the stop one about Odessa, quiet money that doesn't advertise. The east side plays the exact same game at 10 times the stakes. The east and north edges of Tampa Bay aren't the discount side, they just don't advertise. And that estate sits on the same 240-acre private lake at Stonelake Ranch, a gated community where the lots start at multiple acres. No zero lot line mansions here. These are estate compounds. Current estate listings run a median around $2.7 million, and the top of the community has traded well north of $5 million. Thin volume out here, so treat every number as a snapshot. The lifestyle is genuinely different. We've got private lake access, equestrian-friendly acreage, a lodge for residents, ranch luxury, 30 minutes from major airports. If Avila from part 1 is a gated golf course fortress, Stonelake Ranch is a gated wilderness estate. Same privacy philosophy, completely different canvases. Who does this fit? Buyers who measure luxury in acres, water you own the view of, and the ability to build exactly the compound they want. And apparently, at least one seller who thinks that it's worth 9 figures. Added up across both episodes and the pattern holds. Tampa Bay wealth sorts by priority, not by price alone. Walk to downtown Island Estate, Harbour Island. Mansion Row where the bay is and your morning run, Bayshore and Golfview. Acres, water, and total quiet, Stonelake Ranch. Guarded Island with the Gulf minutes away, Bayway Isles. And part 3 is already forming. There's a stretch of Gulf front between Clearwater Beach and Belleair we're verifying numbers on right now. So if you know it, you know. Drop part 3 in the nominations below. Now for some Q&A. Are these neighborhoods only for cash buyers? At this tier, cash is common but not required. Jumbo financing is a well-worth path, and I'm a real estate professional, not a mortgage company, so let's make sure that we partner with our preferred lenders and talk about what you qualify for. What matters is more preparation, proof of funds, or strong pre-approval before touring. And at this level, sellers vet buyers too. Question number 2, which one is the best investment? I didn't make appreciation promises, and nobody honestly can do that. I'll say this instead. Common thread here is scarcity. Gated island, golf course enclaves, and multi-acre lakefront near a growing metro don't get built twice. So evaluate on today's numbers, your timeline, and your advisors. Question number 3, can you actually tour these communities, or is the gate the end of the story? Absolutely, you can tour, but remember, they're going to require appointments and vetting. A lot of these guarded communities require to verify the buyer, and most listing agents want to see proof of funds or pre-approval before they set up that meeting. So the gate is the start of the process, but not the end of it. What does it cost to own at this tier beyond the mortgage? Plan for the full stack. Insurance, waterfront, lakefront luxury, community fees where they apply, and maintenance that the scale with acreage and docks require. Those numbers vary property to property, and they're estimated until quoted. Here's a rule. The purchase price is the entry fee. The carrying cost is the membership. We walk buyers through the real monthly numbers before they ever write the offer. Question 5, will there be a part 3? That's gonna be completely up to you. This episode exists because of the comments that were left in our previous episode. So the best case is in the comments below, become the episode. That's a standing offer on this channel now. If any of this made your shortlist or you want the honest comparison against Part 1's neighborhoods, call us, text us at 813-669-0857. The number is on the screen and in the description. So tell us your budget and your priorities and we'll book the tour. Harbour Island's a state road to Stonelake's acreage and everything in between. I'm Tamily Abdo, local real estate agent here in the Tampa Bay area. Subscribe for new Tampa Bay breakdowns every Thursday, and if you haven't seen part 1, it's right here in the comments. See you later.